So I'm seeing a bunch of things that are going around, from posts about CZ, from audio clips about CZ, and even conversations that I had with Mr. Diamond Hands, which I can post that conversation because I did record the conversation. But the point is I thought that they were more open towards like change and understanding that maybe we need a different route, maybe we need a different way. And that's the way that the meeting or discussion went. And honestly, I'm now thrown back with the fact that there's so many attacks. There's so many things that they're trying to push a certain narrative on that just don't make sense and don't line up, right? The CZ thing they've been trying to push for such a long time, right? Where he says 1.2% will not work with whales. Specifically, he was talking about his own exchange. His own exchange will not work. The volume will flow off of his exchange if he decides to implement a 1.2% tax. That's what he's talking about. He's not talking about overall it wouldn't work. He's talking about just for his exchange specifically. This is why he burns, right? He wouldn't burn 0.1% or his fees or 50% of his fees if he didn't believe that burning was the way and burning was a way to recover. Like it's simple. But he's talking about his exchange, and every time he was talking about it, it was always like whales will not trade if they don't do it elsewhere. So that's really what that clip is going on about, and also what the continuous screenshots of this same thing. Whales won't trade at a 1.2%. They won't trade at a 1.2% for Binance if it's not implemented anywhere else. And we're trying to push for it to get implemented other places. But we need to make sure that the the chain is on kind of as everybody's on the same page. Now, also, there's other things that are going around saying that the 1.2% will decrease volume, or 1.5% will decrease volume on chain, will decrease volume here. Do you understand that we were at a 1.2% and we saw millions of dollars worth of volume? We saw trillions of coins that were traded, back and forth. And then we went down to a 0.2% and we saw less volume, right? We went to a 0.5%, we saw a little bit more volume. Now, I'm not using that to my advantage to say the reason why the volume increased was because of the tax. No, I'm not going to say that because I know that that's not true. But what we're seeing on Twitter is a couple of things saying that, look, we went from a 1.2 billion volume day, and now we have the talks of bringing the tax back, and we're seeing it down to a $100 billion volume day. If you think that's the reason why the volume has decreased, then that's insane. It seems like it's a political campaign where they're trying to push a certain narrative and finding different pieces that fit whatever they want it to fit. The point is that 18 months have gone by. We've had so many chances for utility. We gave you your chances. Unlike the 1.2% that only lasted 3 weeks, we gave you your chances and nothing has come out of it. You know what the volume has gone down to? So if we look at on-chain volume compared to the off-chain volume, we're looking at 0.1% of the volume entirely is on-chain. Is that creating utility? Is that creating more volume on-chain? I'm sorry, it's not. Not at all. 99.9% of volume is on exchanges now because we were creating utility as we had these lower taxes. So we've been sitting around twiddling our thumbs doing nothing while, maybe some businesses are making money off of that 0.1%, off of that $100,000. And we're not doing anything about it. We're still in the recovery phase 18 months later. Is that crazy? Yes. I did the math in my last video and talked about how long it would take to burn off if we had the 1.2% implemented on exchanges and everywhere, right? If we had the 1.2% implemented on exchanges, the fastest we can burn off is 88 days. And that's without seeing, multiple billions of dollars. If we see 2 billion, 3 billion, or whatever, we could end up seeing it happen faster. Now, I don't want it to happen that fast. I want it to take its time, maybe like a year or so. But the minimum that we're seeing is less than 2 years. You know what 18 months is? It's less than 2 years. We could have burned off virtually the entire supply and had a vision, had a path forward on how we're going to repeg by this moment if we didn't see them reverse the 1.2%, because we could have focused on bigger and better things. Throughout that whole entire time, we were focused on, hey, we need to fight this 1.2%. We need to fight this 0.5%. We need to fight this 0.2%. Any type of taxes associated with it will create lower volume. We get taxed in the US. I get taxed 6%. Do I not spend money because I get taxed 6%? No, I still spend money. I still spend it where I need to spend it. The point is that if every place offers it, if every place has the tax, then it will become a normal thing. And it will burn down the supply of Terra Luna Classic in a large way. We've seen billions of dollars worth of volume that has gone through in the last maybe 3 weeks or so. And all of that could have had some sort of burn to it. Literally could have had like billions of coins that were burned off daily, hundreds of billions of coins monthly, trillions of coins yearly. We could have been to a point where we are now at a lower supply. We can figure out the path forward in creating a reserve, repegging what we need to repeg, and just focusing on the health and strength of the chain. When you have a foundation that is ruined, you have to make sure that you fix that foundation. If my basement somehow started to collapse and we saw, the structure start to collapse, I wouldn't continue to build on top of the house. Why would I do that? I would figure out what I need to fix the foundation, and then you start building onto it. So for all of the people that are pushing any type of narrative towards, hey, CZ doesn't believe in this. CZ does. This is the reason why he continued to burn. Not because he thought he was going to get backlash or anything like that. It's because he continued to burn because he believes in Terra Luna Classic decreasing the supply every way that he possibly could. And the only way that we can get this fully at a lower supply is not by creating any type of utility that gives us $20,000 worth of revenue in a month, and then we end up burning off 1% of that or even less than that. And what does that do for us? Basically nothing, and it's going to take us 100 or 200 years to fix the chain. It's not only about us making money. Even though everybody wants to make money, it's not only about that. It's about recovering the chain and getting this to a healthy point to where we can create and build on chain, and people want to build on chain, right? I mean, other tokens. I mean, other, consensuses, protocols, whatever you are looking to build on this chain, you can build. But right now, they're more likely looking to build on Ethereum. They're more likely looking to build on Solana or on Bitcoin or whatever they're trying to build on, but they're not looking at Terra Luna Classic as an option. They're not looking at the Classic chain as an option. So for all the people that are pushing this narrative and want to, get people to stop burning, I want to know why. Like we have proven information that there's no decrease in the volume based on this tax. We haven't seen it, but we do have CZ's words, and that's all that they can use. And then trying to use this, narrative that, oh, well, we had a higher volume day this time, and now we're talking about it, so we have a lower volume day. That's complete BS. And I don't understand why we go to those levels. We haven't gone to those levels. I thought that maybe I was trying to figure out which side was like kind of reasonable and which side was kind of playing fair and which side was looking at, just trying to create some sort of narrative. And I thought maybe it could have been on both sides. So I wanted to have a meeting with, Mr. Diamond Hands, and Mr. Diamond Hands in the meeting, showed a lot of understanding and, belief towards the tax, and said, hey, if you can get exchanges on here, make sure you guys, you hit me up and let me know, and we'll try and, retweet it and, follow me and I'll follow you and we can DM and all this stuff. And you were open. But then now we have this narrative pushed to where it's like, no, I'm not open to a tax. Exchanges shouldn't do it. Exchanges shouldn't do it. The on-chain shouldn't do it. And it's just completely different than what I had. It's a complete 180 that I don't understand. So now I truly do understand which side may be trying to push a narrative and which side really cares about the community. And it seems like I may have picked the right side to at least push this, because I care about Burns. I care about the community. That's point blank. I care about it. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you guys want me to post the interview, I still have the interview. I can post it. It's not really an interview. It's more of just like a discussion. But there was a lot of care on both sides. And I'm, like I said in the interview, I don't want to create any type of drama. I'm not a drama person. What I care about are the facts, the community, and the growth. That's what I care about. And if we're not going to discuss that, there's no reason to discuss it, right? No reason to discuss anything. So, anyways, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I don't know if I'm going to post this on YouTube. It is long enough. I feel like I probably should, but hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.